Hello fellow readers, welcome. It's another flash review by Deviant.fun, and today we've got a first second title. So first second is well known for young adult, mostly, yeah, young adult books. But as you know, there are lots of great young adult books that adults can read. Just by the fact that it's for young adults, it means it's targeted for at least young adults. And this is definitely the case, though the cover is deceiving. At least I was counting on something more juvenile than it is because of the type of the artwork and the looks of it. It's really marketed for younger audience. I can dig that. That's the main target. So this is Nimona by Noelle Stevenson, which you might know from Lumberjanes, another big success targeted for younger audiences too. Lumberjanes, well, I don't know how many numbers are out, but well, quite a few. This one is a closed book. This is a one shot story, but it's relatively thick. It's a well-built book. The cover is relatively thick. It's got a nice texture with engravings. The characters pop out a little from the cover, so does the title. The spine is like this, nothing fancy, but you can see those effects if I make the light see those things. So it's quite fancy, quite a fancy for a trade paperback. It's very fancy, and the paper is good. You can count on that. Listen to the. So when we look at it, first impression I get is like, okay, I'm reading webcomic strips. I don't like webcomic strips, or better saying, I'm not used to reading comic web strips. I don't know if I'm going to like this. That was my first thought. And the characters, well, the artwork is very simplistic, right? Digitally painted, not much to appreciate there, at least for my standards. The hair of the girl looks weird. So yeah, I was hoping. At that time I was thinking. I really hope that the story pays up and compensates the simple visuals. Well, turns out it does. I had heard numerous reviews praising this book, people that fell in love with the book. I didn't fall in love with it, but I did enjoy it way much more than I was expecting. And I can tell you up front, this is a great book. I'm sure you guys will like it. There's nothing particularly not to dislike here, unless you have some trouble with your sight, because the lettering is very small. So that might be a problem for some people. And you can see the panels have very tiny squares. So if you have some kind of vision impairment, yeah, this is detrimental for you. So what is this about? This is about dragons, magic, science, evil and good, complicated relationships, building relationships, and Nimona appears in the life of this villain, who is not that much a villain as as we're led to believe in the beginning. And she's got some evil schemes, and she wants to upgrade the evil plans that this guy Ballister has. So she comes with crazy ideas, and she just steps up each plan he has, and it all ends up in big destruction, lives being taken. And he's not that kind of evil guy. He doesn't want to kill anyone. He was once a knight, and there was something going on with this guy, with Goldenloin. They were big friends. In fact, I don't know if they were more than friends. It isn't explicitly told in the book or shown in the book, but maybe they were more than friends. But that doesn't really isn't very relevant to the story. So Nimona is quite a character. At first, you'll just fall in love with the exquisite way of thinking of her, and her impulsiveness and humor and quirky remarks and etc. But as the book progresses, you'll see that some features, some characteristics of Nimona are developed, and her character evolves, and the perception of this guy, I forgot his name again. Let me just remind. Blackheart. The perception of Lord Blackheart also changes, but in fact, what is undeniable is that he grows extremely fond of her, like a father figure, and to a point that he will become a little bit judgment clouded, and you will refuse to see the nasty things that Nimona can do. On the other side, we've got this Goldenloin that is a servant to this institution that has evil plans to conquer the earth, and etc. and etc. So they're the evil guys. But Goldenloin is a bit misplaced there, is divided between his loyalty to the institution, which wants to get Lord Blackheart and stop him, especially when they find out that he now has a companion that is a shapeshifter, that has powers, that can get pretty strong and do pretty dangerous stuff, and so is stuck between the wall and the sword, because of course they demand him to stop Lord Blackheart and Nimona, but he's got this thing with Lord Blackheart, this past of great friendship. So there's also that part. There are some interesting dialogues between the two of them, because Goldenloin has caused a great pain to Blackheart, but he doesn't assume it. Maybe he does before the book ends, but until then, at least, he is in complete denial. So we'll see crazy weapons being used. We'll see fight scenes that aren't well drawn, and you won't understand what is happening. But that's not the point in the book. This is mostly a story about friendship, what can affect it, what can a good friendship resist to, how resilient can our love for people be, even when they reveal themselves different from what your perception is, or show different characteristics that you weren't expecting. If you really love them, will you accept it, embrace it, turn your back on them, What will you do? So this is basically a book around friendship, around forgiveness, around good and bad, hope. So it's a very humane book, like I normally say. It's really character-centric. It dwells on those relationships. It has quirky characters, funny characters here. There's a lot of humor, subtle humor, not super elaborate humor, but Nimona has a very funny way of thinking and of wording. So sometimes the conversations are completely out of sync, because she's thinking one thing and Lord Blackheart, Ballister, thinks she's saying another. So it's that kind of humor. But yeah, what really matters is that this is a book that you should not put aside because it doesn't look for you. It doesn't look a book for me. It didn't look a book for me. It turned out it was a book for me. And I love, what I mostly like is crime, murder, mystery books, horror books, and then some more serious books around war, around, for example, Paying the Land by Joe Sacco, which is about the expropriation of land in the northern tribes. More serious stuff. I like it a lot, based on real facts or actual real facts. This steps a bit out of my area of comfort, but I loved it. This is well written. It's got a delicate touch. Maybe it's because it's written by a woman. I don't know. It's a different sensibility. But yeah, it's a story about good and bad feelings without being mushy. And as you can see, it was a National Book Award finalist. So that must count for something. And Noelle Stevenson has proven herself with Lumberjanes and probably other work there, I don't know. I just know her from Lumberjanes. So this is another recommendation from us. It's a surprising recommendation. I wouldn't expect to be recommending this book, but I do. Check it out. Forget about the quirky, funny drawings that look like webcomics. I love great illustrations, detailed illustrations, and it didn't deter me a bit when reading this book. I super enjoyed it. It starts slow. It doesn't really grab on you by well, I'm not going to say that, by the beard. Immediately, at least it didn't for me. At the first pages I thought, okay, this does seem it is not for me. But it took me just a little more pages to get into it and not wanting to stop reading it until I got to the end. So yeah, it's another recommendation, and that you can find and buy at Deviant.fun.biz, our online store. If you just liked watching these videos, seeing reviews, live-throughs, and etc., we do them a lot, so why not subscribe to the channel? If you actually like the videos, hit the like button. We will appreciate that. You can also follow us on Facebook, where we're very active, and Instagram too, though Facebook is better tailored for the way we publish our content, must say. I know Facebook is for older people now, but yeah, it still has the best publishing tools. Yeah, that's a fact. So, until the next video, you know what I'm going to say. Stay safe, have excellent reads, check out this one if you can, digitally, whatever, buy it with us. Yeah, but don't be how do you say it? Don't fall under prejudice of this book is for kids. It looks like it's for kids. It's not for kids. It's for everyone. Okay, so Deviant.fun out in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye. Until the next video. See you.